Hey guys, today I'll be showing you my DD-40 for November 2020. I hope everybody's doing well, and like that. I want to apologize not posting a video for a few days. It was my birthday on November the 21st. I'm I'm getting old, and also I had classes, and I wanted to spend time with my family. My family is coming for Thanksgiving and all that stuff. Obviously, stay safe when you're in Thanksgiving and all that stuff. So yeah, DDDs. It's one of my favorite decks. One of my top 5 arc decks, and also another pendulum deck that I really enjoy. It's in the top 5, which is nice. I like a lot of RV decks. They get so many criticisms of their style and all that stuff, but I personally love a lot of these RV decks. Super Heavy Samurais, DDDs, Ray Raptors, Despots, Melodious, and Luna Lights. Those decks are in my top tier, like fun decks. But top 5, it will be Super Heavy, Luna Lights, Ray Raptors, Luna Lights, DDDs, Desktops, and Super Heavy Samurai. Those are my top 5 Orc V decks. Overall, hands down. Pendulum, and this is also one of my favorite Pendulum decks as well, and it's really great. It is right now. I don't know if there's another deck that it has in their archetype. Every single summoning mechanic, hands down. It has fusion, synchro, Xyz, pendulums, and links. It does have almost everything. Has everything. I mean, it does have everything, literally. And it's a really cheap deck. You can get it for the core, like $2 to $3, depending depends on the shipping as well. Or if you're getting for high rarity, then yeah, it's gonna be a little more cheaper. I mean, not cheaper. I mean, expensive. But go for the cheap stuff. Go always for the cheap stuff. Then you can buff it out when you want to. That's what I always do. Buy the cheap versions, then later in the time you get the more prettier ones. But yeah, so also do apologize for the I think I already said it about the thumbnail. I think so. Anyways, let's start with the product, shall we? So first out, we're playing 3 copies of DDD Savant Kepler. If this card is normal or special, you can activate one of these effects. You can target one other DD card you control, return your hand, or add 1 dark construct from your deck to your hand. It's your searcher. Very nice. Next up is 3 copies of DD Savant Crepherticus. And this card's normal special summon. You can send 1 DDD or dark contract from your deck to your graveyard. He's your Foolish Burial. 3 copies of this, and overall 3 copies of Foolish Burial, which is nice. It's always nice. 3 copies of this. Next is 3 copies of Triple D Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. This is your best level 8 monster. It reads, if this card's normal special summon, you can target 1 Triple D monster from your graveyard and special summon it. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn you can tribute 1 other DD monster, then target one monster your opponent controls and banish it, which is nice. It's level 8, so you can go that far. And we're playing the 1 DDD Savannah Thomas. Yeah, this guy I really do enjoy him because he is a level 8 and he does have a really good, interesting effect. During your main phase, you can add 1 pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, which is nice because you can return it back. Oh, also Ragnarok's effect is if you special summon a DD monster, except during the damage, you can target 1 other DD monster in your graveyard. Any battle damage your opponent takes becomes half for the rest of the turn. Also special summon that monster. If you do, take 1,000 damage. Totally forgot about that. Do apologize. Then Thomas's effect is you can target 1 DDD pendulum monster in your pendulum zone. Destroy that. If you do, special summon 1 level 8 triple D monster from your deck in the festival. But for the rest of the turn, its effects of any are negated, and any battle damage your opponent takes is half, which is okay. which is okay with that. But it's really good just to just have that little level 8 so you can go to XC summoning, which is nice. So that's pretty much it for the pendulum monsters. I wanted to run Leonidas, but it's like I want to, but you can't because you do have some starting combos that doesn't involve this, and you know that I will explain these little side deck cards in a moment. But remember, so that's enough for the pendulum monsters. Now for the effect monsters in general, we're playing Triple Lamia, and she is your go-to tuner monster. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one DDD or Dark Contract card from your hand or face up on the field, except for Lamia, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Obviously, you want to summon Lamia in a way with all the other cards, and then synchro out, tuner, synchro link summon it, fusion summon it. Then you use her effect to easily summon her, then use her for anything else, for any shenanigans, for synchroing, for doing a synchro summon. Which is great. 3 copies of that. Then we have the slime package. The slime package are 3 copies of DDD Swirl Slime. Swirl Slime, what it does is that you can fusion summon from your hand with another DD monster, which is nice. And this is treated as a fusion summon, which is nice. And the other effect is that you can banish this card from your hand, special summon one DD monster from your hand for free, which is nice. Then we got Necro Slime. If this card's in your graveyard, you can fusion. If this card is in your graveyard, you can fusion summon one triple D monster in your graveyard by banishing the fusion materials, including this card, which is nice, obviously. And then 2 copies of Ghost, 2 copies of DDD Ghost. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one DDD monster or a Dark Contract in your graveyard. Except for him, you can send that same. You can send one DDD. You can send one card from the deck to the graveyard with the same name of that card. Which is nice. And this card, if this card is banished, you can target one banished DD monster or contract and then return it to the graveyard. The great thing about this is it has a little bit of recycling for Lamia or any other DD monster that you banish for the fusion summon of Slime, which is that. Now for the spells, we're playing 3 copies of Dark Contract with a Gate. This is another searcher. Obviously, it says here during your main phase, you can add one DDD monster from your deck. Obviously, any DDD card that you want. You can use only this effect once per turn. Dark Contract with Gate. Once per turn during your stamina phase, you take 1,000 damage. It happens. That's the payment for that. So 3 copies of that. Of the contracts, and then the other contract is 1 Dark Contract with the Swamp King. I used to play this at 2, but it was clogging my hand a lot. So what does this do is that during your main phase, you can fusion 1 Fiend type fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. Once per turn, if you summon an EDD fusion monster, you can banish monsters from your graveyard as fusion materials. Once per turn during your standby phase, you take 1,000 damage. Easy enough. Yeah, it's a good card. That's why I'm playing at 1 overall. So that's pretty much it for the the spell contracts. Now for the generic spells that we're playing are 3 copies of Lure, so we can draw. We need draw power. 3 copies of Pot of Desire. It's okay to Pot of Desires as long as you know that you are ready to Pot of Desires. Is that your combos are ready? Okay, I can Pot of Desires so I can draw 2. It's alright. Then 3 copies of Where Are Those? The reason why is because we're playing a lot of level 1s. Playing a lot of level 1s, and it's great to summon Lamia for free or Kepler for free, and it's really nice to add them. Just that. It's just add them. It's really good to add them. Overall. Next is for the 1-ups, we're playing the 1 front because we are playing a lot of level 1s. The 1 Upstart Goblin, so we can do another draw power. The 1 Monster Reborn, which is nice because you never know when you need a Monster Reborn. The 1 Foolish Barrier, this is obviously the Foolish Barrier that we're using for Converticus because 3 copies of Converticus is easy enough. It's basically we have 4 copies of Foolish Barrier in our deck, hands down. The 1 Call by the Grave, yeah, it's sad that Call by the Grave is 1, but obviously this is still useful in a ways in situations, but it's good. It's always good to have this then for the short cards, we're running the 1 Dark Contract with the Witch. This is still a good card. It's decent. You can send 1 face up DDD or Dark Contract monster Dark Contract card hand to the graveyard, target 1 card on the field, destroy it, which is nice. During your opponent's turn, all fiend monster control gains 1,000 of attack for the rest of that turn. During your standby phase, you take 1,000 damage. Simple. It's the good one. And yeah, no hand traps. Why no hand traps? You're depending too much on your hand traps. Second is that hand traps in this deck doesn't work that well at all. Fourth, I want this to be pure and fun and budgeable as well. And fourth, they're not that fun. Sometimes playing hand traps is not fun. Not saying for the other person, obviously it's not going to be fun, but me in general, it's not going to be fun because I want this to have that theme of, of the DDs overall. Obviously, you can play whatever you want, but this is, overall, this is the skeleton of DDs without the Thomas or the Ghost. This is literally the skeleton of the DDs. Is all the DDs monsters that I said, except for Thomas and the Ghost. And for the spells are the 3 Dark Contract with the Gates, the 1 Dark Contract with the Swamp King. You can play this at 1 or 2, whatever you want, and the 1 Contract with the Witch. Those are the that is the skeleton of the deck. Then you can fill it out whatever you want, but obviously you need a lot of draw power. You need that. And now for the extra deck. Extra deck is my personal opinion. Obviously everybody has their personal opinion because there's so many varieties of DDD extra decks that you can go whatever and whatever. So first off, we're playing 1 copy of Triple King Abyss King Gilgamesh. We finally have a Link monster, which is real. I like the design Gilgamesh. It requires 2 DD monsters. If this card is special summon, you can activate this effect. Activate this effect. You cannot special summon monster for this effect, except for DD monsters. Also plays 2 DD Pendulum monsters with different names from your deck in the Pendulum Zone. If you do take 1,000 damage, if this Link summon is destroyed by battle with your opponent's attacking monster or by an opponent's card effect while this card is in the Monster Zone, you can special summon 1 DD monster from your extra deck or graveyard in defense position. There's a double-edged sword. That's why he's called Gilgamesh. It's literally Electromine, placing getting the putting your pendulum skill, which is nice, but the downside is that you can only special summon DD monsters, meaning that this card has to be for the end of your combo plays. It's like that. It's like that. The other one is 1 Cross Sheep. It's Cross Sheep is really good because it's a link 2. You can just go with it and then do its effect, and then you can link it. Then you can just use it for any of these, for fusion materials or whatever. And then you can just if you want to, and then you can distribute it off or whatever, so you can use it for something else. And I'll show you. For the Exceed monsters, we're going for the Link monsters. Then we're going for the assessment. For the Exceed monsters, we're playing the 1 Triple King Wave High King Caesar. He's a cool dude. It requires 2 level 6 monsters. Wait, how can you do this with 2 level 6 monsters? You don't have level 6 monsters, right? Obviously, in your extra deck, you have 2 level 6 monsters. That's why. When a spell check or a monster effect is activated, including an effect that special summons a monster, quick effect, you can attach 1 material from the card and gain the activation. If you do, destroy that card. You can make 1 other DD monster you control. This card gains 1,800 of attack until the end of this turn. If this card in the field is sent to graveyard, you can add 1 Dark Contract with the Dark Contract card from your deck to your hand. Obviously, it's good. It's a good card, but if you're going against Nibiru, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It's a waste. Don't do it. It's a waste of a negate. And you're saying, but it's Nibiru. Yes, I know, but don't do it. Just don't do it because Nibiru is just a good bait for Caesar. So yeah, don't do it at all. Just don't do it at all. Next is Triple D Dudan King Kali Yuga. This card is really great. I was thinking of playing this in Grey Raptors, but obviously because I wanted to do DDDs, I put it this. And what am I saying is that I do have an actual copy of Kali Yuga, 1 copy of that. So yeah, scratch. This guy's amazing. After this card succeeds summon, rest of this turn, all cards on the field have their effects negated, cannot be activated, which is nice. Once during either player's turn, you can attach a material from this card to destroy all spell trackers on the field, including mine as well, meaning that And yeah, then the other effect is you can attach one material from this card. You can target one dark contract with a contract spell or track card in the in your graveyard. Then set set that target, which is nice. Now for the synchros, that's where we go. For these, we're playing one copy of Triple D Gus King Alexander. If another DD monster is normal special summon, you can target while you control this face card, you can target one low 4 lower DD monster in your graveyard, special summon it, which is nice. Then we got the one Triple D Curse King Seeker. Now his effect is during either player's turn, you can target one face-off soundtrack card on the field. That target's effects are negated until the next standby phase. You can only use this effect of Triple King Caesar once per turn. Once per turn, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send to the graveyard. You gain 1,000 attack life points for each dark contract you control. Nice. So yes, you can use this against impermanence, obviously. Now for the generic synchro monster, we're playing one Crystal Wing Dragon, obviously. The one Savage, because we have Cross Sheep and it's just that good. The one Satellite Warrior. This is actually a new thing for me, Satellite Warrior. If this card is synchro summon, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of synchro monsters you have in your graveyard. Monsters destroy them, and if you do, this card gains 1,000 of attack points for each destroyed card. If the synchro monster is destroyed, you can special summon up to 3 level 8 lower Warrior Synchron and or Stardust Synchro monsters with different names from your graveyard. And no, you cannot do that for Crystal Wing. Crystal Wing has Synchro on his name, not Synchron with the N. Got it? Remember, it's Synchron, not Synchro. So Stardust Crystal Wing Dragon does not count. Got it? Got it. Good. Next up are the fusions, which is 2 copies of Flanking Genghis. He is your level 6 monster. This is the one that you will be using to go to Wave King Caesar. And it reads, if another DD monster is special summoned to the field while you control this face-up card, you during the event, you can target one DD monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Once per turn, if this card is destroyed by battle or by its own owner's possession destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target one dark contract card in your graveyard and add it to your hand, which is nice. So obviously 2, so we can go to High Wave King Caesar. Then we have the one triple Oracle King, the Arc. So this is literally when you summon this, all damage that you get from any of your dark contracts or any damage that any infliction of damage to you is that you get it back. It's really nice. Then the one Triple D Flame High King's Genghis. This is another great card. Really good. If another DD monster is normal special summon in the field while you control this card, except during the damage step, you can target one DD monster in the graveyard and special summon. You can only use its effects once per turn. Once per turn when a spell track card or its effects are activated, you can negate the activation. Nice. And last but not least, we have the triple D Wave Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok. This requires 2 Triple D monsters. Oh. 2 Triple D monsters, and it's really interesting monster, and it's a really interesting thing. So here's the thing. It reads, once per turn, when attack is declared involving this card, you can target one other DDD or Dark Contract card you control, return it into the hand, and if you do, equip one face-up monster your opponent controls to this card, except the battling monster. Except the battling monster. And except the battling monster, this card gains the attack equal to the combined original attack of the monster equipped by its effect. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Like that. So what can I tell you? Okay, so easy enough. For the side deck overall, I don't. I'm not was thinking of a side deck. Um. So, anyways, what are these? These are optional cards that I was thinking of putting and swapping. These guys, because they're level 7s. I was thinking, okay, and it's a really good card for Gilgamesh because of the effect. You can manage to DG monsters from your graveyard and spell summon this card from your pendulum zone, and have a 27 beater sick. Then and also I have Triple D Rebellion King Leonidas. I really love Leonidas. He's literally one of my favorite of all the deities. If you take any damage any damage in particular, you can special summon this for free, and you gain equal to the damage that you lose, which is nice. Then the Orthros, because he's a tuner monster. That's really much it. If you take damage, you can special summon this card. This was another option for for another link monster, because I do not want to use Crystron Halki Fires, because really it's not worth buying it. It's not worth getting, because I know it's gonna get banned. I know it's gonna get is getting abused, and when you do that is not that great. But yeah. And then, the second Gilgamesh, and then the second Swamp King. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really do. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously, I don't have any replays right now. I haven't done any replays, but I did try this, and it's fun. It's really fun. Ditties are always fun to play, and yeah. And I hope you enjoy this, guys. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, there's the door and there's the window, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.